What's up, guys? Welcome to Honey Badger Arcade. Be playing some more Devil May Cry 5. We didn't get... I got into past the, second boss, I think, with Nero, and now I have to play as this new character, V. We'll see how that goes. Mission 4. You guys are doing well. I do see that there is someone in the YouTubes, a couple folks on Rumble. What's up, Rumble gang? What's up, Twitch, Kick? No, I streamed to Twitter, and I wish Twitter was a more viable platform for streaming, but maybe Elon will develop it.
So V, you think this kid can kill Urizen?
One can only hope. But for now, we have a more pressing engagement.
Okay, switch to player V. And 3 demons. Battlefield, controlling the flow of combat from a distance. Vitality and orbs held carry over, but you... So we have the same... We have a pool of points. Explains why they're giving you a lot, but they're spent on the characters individually. So I think I will do a little bit of customization. Hey, Saltpeter Taffy. Welcome to the stream. Yes, we do have things to use your coins on. One of those things is Arcade Machine. You can talk to Arcade Machine by using some coins. I'm working on making Arcade Machine a physical presence on the stream, so you'll see her and she will react when she talks. So I'm working on that right now, but it's not quite ready yet. And buy any skill. I'll buy the 8. Because I'm fairly certain I'm gonna. Oh, Peter Taffy says, nice. Thank you. Always trying to find new ways to make the streams interesting, you know? Let's do it. Let me know how my audio is doing. I hope I'm not fighting too much with the game's audio. Hey, Jojo, go. Very nice coffee. So angsty. So angsty. He has a cane, but he doesn't need
errand before we reach Urizen.
double jump. I have a thing. Hey, Great Indoors. Do his jump.
Genius says be careful. Yeah, no shit, Shirley. Ain't that right, V? I mean, you are fragile at the moment. Wouldn't take much to wipe you out in a sticky situation. I'm just saying that running away is okay. It's always okay to run away if you're not up for it.
He who desires but act not breeds pestilence. So it is written.
Okay, Shakespeare. Just remember this. You and I like to exist, so get rid of those demons quick, because killing them ain't my stick. I got your back, because diet is whack.
Oh, cool. I have, like, pets. Attack with triangle. For summoning Shadow, I guess is the Panther. We're trying to make him perform a close range attack.
Leave the ones around you to the big bad kid.
Press circle close to a dying enemy. Shadow can't finish off.
Gotta land the final blow, B. You know we can't concede.
Whoa.
Reap what you sow. Pierce through. Pin him to the wall.
I see. Hey.
Reap what you sow.
But when they're
Return to the underworld.
when they're blue, I can finish them. Attack with square after summoning Griffin. Make him perform a long. Do a mix.
Right.
Why didn't that work?
Pin him to the wall. Pierce through. Reap what you sow. Pierce through. Die. At your pleasure. Gouge him.
Attack with R1 plus L horizontally and X. Use Shadow to evade attacks. Faster. I just did. Oh, sweet.
Towards them. Pin him to the wall. Slice him. Pierce through. Rest in peace.
A little bit different to play this guy. Raiden said, "Were you a Nine Inch Nails fan during your goth industrial days, Brian?" Just one. A bit. I mean, I dated a girl who was really into the Nine Inch Nails, so I listened. I liked some of it. But I was mostly doing. But I thought he was all right. I did get out over Trent Reznor pretty quick though. Because it was kind of like starting to sound. This kind of. But yeah, I did listen to it in my goth day. This definitely has like a vibe character, like Marilyn Manson, Adam Driver, bit of Nicolas Cage thrown in. Look at his face. I don't know. Got a schnoz on him. Saltpeter Taffy says, "Funny, I was just thinking that this character looks like Trent Reznor." That would he? You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. That would he supposed to? Can I attack with Shadow? Oh yeah. So this guy's like basically a range character.
Pin him to the wall.
If I press square,
Now get to work.
Does he summon anything else? Okay. Oh, there's I like me, or is that someone else's? I understand that when you're playing this game, sometimes you like come across. It doesn't have co-op, but sometimes you come across people being co-op. They have this weird kind of like online thing. Like an exiled blood character. Raindor says a bit like The Crow. Brandon Lee, yes, I love that movie. I watched it not long ago, actually. Crow. He was taken from us too soon, guys. He was taken from us way too soon. I really wanted. I was a big fan of Brandon from like his before The Crow, in fact. Moves you, press R1 and circle moves you right the locked target in an instant. Oh, okay. Now there you go. That's more like it. I don't know if the, yeah, I don't think the leopard thing can actually. Okay, alright, Flash kicked it. Trent Reznor around 2000, 2005. Trent Reznor was kind of a bulky dude though, wasn't he? This guy's kind of scrawny. Got more of like a, you know, it's like a goth Michael Cera. I don't know, like if you think so, then. You know Michael Cera? He was in like Superbad. No, then he basically plays like the super beta male character and everything. He's in this new like Amy Schumer movie that's coming out, or it's on Hulu or something. And she's like getting married, and he's like the love interest or husband, and it's really not his story; it's hers. It's about, you know, being a middle-aged married woman. Our media sucks. Yeah, this guy's got Michael Cera vibes. I don't know. Goth Michael Cera.
Descend it is.
Good shit.
Rise. At your pleasure. Pierce through. At your pleasure. At your pleasure. Gouge it.
Welcome, KD. He was in Barbie. Yes, he plays Alan. Basically, the only likable male character, according to Greta Gerwig, who is also, again, like the submissive beta male. And on top of that, if I remember correctly, something else about that too, about the Barbie movie. White orb, magical white stone, crystallized devil spirit. Pick one up to recover some rebel. As far as I know, I didn't. I don't know which way I'm supposed to be going, but oh, I can't go this way. I'm supposed to. Enemies. Oh, now I get white hair too? Landing blows on enemies or taking damage will fill the devil trigger gaze. Press L1 when devil trigger gaze is at level 3. If it's at level 3 or higher, you can use to summon Nightmare by pressing L1. He will attack enemies on his own until your gauge runs out. Okay, so this guy is like basically using minions, boss. I summoned him. That's not an enemy. That's my guy.
Slice him. Pin him to the wall. Die.
You always say the same thing.
And now. Right.
Alright, cool. It's cool that I have to use my
Pin him to the wall.
like I have to use my minions to do most of the work for me.
Right.
Although they don't seem to, he doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. I don't know if he's like just kind of shit on damage. See how Dante plays.
Rest in peace.
Being him. Do 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 do. Worth exploring. Revive. All they're gonna need to use. Let me see what you guys are saying. He's got that black hair covering one eye look in between Goth and Scene. You're right about the schnoz and Adam Driver, though. I totally see it now. Yeah, it totally looks like, you know, Adam Driver when he played Kylo Ren. I mean, like, I think Adam Driver is a pretty good actor. I like him overall, but Kylo Ren is like a black stain on his career as far as I'm concerned. It's like, I mean, like, well, I know that he's been in bad movies. Like there was one, what was that one with the dinosaurs? I didn't watch it. He's kind of like the modern day Adrian Brody. You know, like when Adrian Brody was the schnoz actor from like a while back from Piano and, or is it the Pianist and, not Piano, Pianist. And he was in like some rom-com stuff. He was in Predators. You know, that was like one of the sequels to Predator. That was like the worst. I was like, what? How are you going to replace Schwarzenegger with fucking Adrian Brody? But I mean, I like Adrian Brody. I think he can be a decent actor. He just needs the right material. Adam Driver's the same. Like he's a good actor, but he needs to be a little bit more like selective about the material he does. Not Kylo Ren. But that's all I can see now. Whenever, like, this guy, it's all I see is, like, you know, I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. Let's see. Great Indoors says, have something to do. Okay, you'll be right back. Salt Peter Taffy says, something like that, but yeah, he doesn't have Reznor's musculature. Yeah, Trent Reznor's kind of a swole, he was a swole dude, if I remember correctly, right? Kind of like, you know, Henry Rollins. You know, Henry Rollins, that guy's like an absolute fucking bad. I mean, he's the big guy. He's kind of what you'd expect from like a punk rocker, you know, like, to be honest, but did you guys watch Lindsay play Tomb Raider? She had a lot of fun. She wants to play more. The Tomb Raider remastered. Friggin' shit. Okay, I'm gonna explore. Kind of like. Oh, I know now what this means. Like when I was playing as Nero, I could see some fighting going on over here, and that was this. So now I'm playing that part. I see what's going on. Guys did. He's got that TDS. I was a big rock. Yeah. Saul Peters Happy says, the first time I saw Adam Driver, he threw a temper tantrum getting cucked in Girls. When he threw a temper tantrum in The Force Awakens, that set him in stone in my mind as the tantrum guy. I didn't see Girls, so what's that movie about? It sounds cringe. Gotta cross this. Your demon pets stalemate. Your demon pets will stop moving if they take too much damage. Oh, so I gotta watch. They have health. Okay, keep an eye on their gauges in the upper left screen to see how much vitality they have left. These demons recover from stalemate by themselves over time. You can speed up their recovery time by moving V close to them. 5 more months now. Yeah, I know it's Henry. Of course, Henry Rollins has TD. You know, it's funny. Like these like supposed like modern punk guys, like these you know, like the Henry Rollins and like Rage Against the Machine and shit. They're like some of the biggest establishment shills. Like they're nothing like what they're supposed to be. And yet, guys like Johnny Rotten are consistent. Even Billy Idol, who I wouldn't consider punk, more like pop punk. Even Billy Idol is based, you know, like. It's a show my dad watched with written and starred by Lena Dunham. Oh, right! It was on HBO. I didn't watch that shit. What the fuck? He's wearing sandals. Got one glove. You're not Michael Jackson. Look at this. Look at these. Look at, he's got, those are like hipster sandals too. Oh man. You know, it's an interesting character concept. I think they were trying something new. I don't know. This is like the most, like I totally seen guys like this at the club I used to go to. When I was like in my 20s. I had like hair. Yes, I had. And I had piercings. I never got tattoos though, because I didn't want to get anything done that would be reversed.
I will not allow him to gain any more power.
Grab that. Wait a minute. If I like summon the bird, I like jump. Yeah, I can grab him. I have to bring him out. I noticed that when I jump and press the jump button twice, he like reaches up, but now I know he reaches to grab the bird. That's cool. He has like a DLC socks. Yeah, right. Let's. Whoa, whoa. Help him recover. This like panther. It reminds me of you guys know D&D? You know, you're familiar with the Displacer Beast? Reminds me of a Displacer. That was like one of my favorite monsters. I got into D&D. Displacer Beast and Hellhounds. Dogs and cats. Purple orb fragment. Gather 4 fragments, increase your devil trigger. Round. I'm weak. Break shit. pretty empty. I could shoot at it.
Now, get to work.
He knows what I. Red shit over here. Okay. Yeah. Do it. I mean, interesting character. I think they could be fun to play. It kind of reminds me of have you guys ever played? I haven't played this game in a very long time. There was this game called City of Heroes, and in City of Heroes was like an MMO, and you can make a superhero and do custom superhero stuff, right? And then it was successful, so they made it an expansion called City of Villains, which it was sort of like its own game, but they were in the same universe. And when you make City of Villains, you can play as a villain. You can build your own villain, and there are different archetypes, and one of them was called Mastermind. And Masterminds have minions, and you basically give your minions commands, and depending on the type of minion. So like you could be I think a mastermind of undead, so they're like zombies as your minions, or you could be a mastermind that's more like a soldier, like military. So you have like the soldiers that are your minions, and I don't remember. I think there might have been one for robots. I can't remember, but there were different types, and you had to watch your minions and give them commands as well as yourself. It was kind of fun because you had to be a little bit more strategic with it. I had there are different kinds of villains, but I made two because you can have like a lot of characters. I made two masterminds. I know one of them was an old like mummy pharaoh character, and I named him Thutmosis III because that was a real person in history, and he had like these zombies, like these undead minions, and he had like this magic. It was so cool. And then I had a character that was like a Nazi, and her name was Madame Blitzkrieg, and it was a woman. She had like an eye patch and like a military uniform, and she had soldiers. And it was cool. They would like parachuting in. You had like cool little abilities, but it was kind of an old game. I don't know if you guys know about City of Heroes and City of Villains, but Saltpeter Taffy says I played City of Heroes briefly, lost interest after a few, probably before City of Villains. Well, when City of Heroes first came out, it was definitely like a work in progress. So I'd known there was a minion class. I would have been very interested in it. I love summoner type stuff. Yes, it's basically like a summoner, like your pets. I can't remember what other types there were in City of Villains, but yeah, it was fun. I also had like a martial arts assassin guy that was like
It's
not
your turn.
not a oh no, that's a mistake. Now I okay. So when their health bar turns red or whatever.
Here.
Way up there and take him out. Oh shit, that was cool, man. Hold R2 fills the devil trigger gauge during battle. You'll be wide open to attacks while doing. Okay, well maybe I can.
Angels are excited off my way. Here, throw.
Oh, you have to watch out for these bigger guys.
Right. Replay yourself.
Big what?
Gouge it. Pardon me.
I think I'm just gonna summon this guy now. Yeah. Yeah, would you please? Thank you. There's another game this reminds me of too. This This Capcom made this game on the they made this game on the PS2 that a lot of people don't know about. It's a little obscure. It's called Chaos Legion, and Chaos Legion it looked like a kind of action game, but it was clearly like I don't know, like something else, you know.
Pin him to the wall.
Gotcha.
Slice him. Pin him to the wall. The end is now.
Not bad. How do you like V? Yeah, he's pretty cool. It's interesting. Like, not a lot of people talk about this character, but he is pretty fun. So yeah, there was this game called Chaos Legion, right? It was made by Capcom. It was on the PS2, and you were like this guy with a sword, but you also had summons, and there were all these different like weird, you know, like summoned Pokemon things that you could level up, but they were kind of like alien demon things.
Human blood is the source of his strength.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Is there a dash button or? Nope. Once played Overlord 2, you had a goblin army. I remember Overlord. Oh, shit. Oh yeah. Okay, so that panther can like reach them. Yeah.
Gouge it. Right. Reap what you sow.
I don't know if it's
What you sow. They know. My flesh failed.
Yeah, do it. Get him. There come. Oh, you don't.
Of course.
Oh, it's wait. How do I read the book? Is it L2? Devil Trigger, Nightmare, build Devil Trigger Gauge. Okay. R2, but I can't do it.
To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. The angel that presided on my birth said, little creature formed of joy and mirth, go love without the help of anything on earth.
Don't forget to make V read his book of edgy quotes. Yeah.
To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower.
This
Hold
is like
infinity in
some
the palm
middle
of your hand
school
and
angst
eternity
shit
in
right
an
here.
hour.
Don't be this guy.
The angel that presided on my birth said, little creature formed of joy and mirth, go love without the help of anything on earth. This is only going to get harder. You sure you're up to it?
Okay. Okay, edgy boy. Over here. Oh. I have the key already? No.
Pierce throne. Right. Pin him to the wall.
Leave my thing alone. So these things, they heal on their own, right? My summons, like if I'm not fighting and they don't die, they'll just break. I assume.
Scorch them. Scorch them. Enjoy the taste of despair. Die.
'Hey, what's up?
Gouge him.
You just need a few seconds to read the book and you're good.
Fry. Turn it. Slice it. Pierce the bone.
Wait, why can't I?
The end is now.
"30 minutes behind, great indoors." You're back.
Pin him to the wall.
Fuck these filing cabinets. Fuck these, like, whatever these are. Stacks. Shelves? Shelving unit? Have a sip of coffee.
You're itching to play. I can tell.
Haunts are long, but you can do them during fights, right? Stuff over here. Probably could save this. And... It's like the healing items.
A phone. I wonder if I can reach that woman.
Wait. Get my Victor Orban on. Okay, calling them.
Come meet me.
Anyway.
I'm at...
Yeah. Keep your panties on. I see ya already. Be right there.
So what can... Okay, so what can I buy with this guy? Like more abilities for my aminals? The needless flash. Did the Matrix just ruin everything for everybody forever? Like,
There's no such thing as too prepared.
okay. Quick play. Utilize Shadow Celerity for high-speed movement. Cannot be activated in battle. All shadows. Don't forget to buy purple orb. Why would I buy those? Oh, for more Devil Trigger. I bought one. So, is this like how many does it cost? How many does it cost to summon the Golem? 3, I assume. So if I buy 2 more, I can like I can summon him twice, right? My guess. I don't want to spend all my points. Look at this. Promotion. While Nightmare is active, press L1 and circle. Mount him. Oh, what? That's cool. Enemy step. In midair, press X near an enemy. Let's jump ahead here. Trigger heart. Beans. While Nightmare is active, the Devil Trigger gauge will defeat at a reduced.
Enjoy the taste.
Oh,
of
so he'll
despair.
hang around longer. That's kind of... Oh, dude, you know what this is? You know what this is? You know what this thing is? Do you know what this is a reference to? You guys know what this thing is a reference to? With the nightmare. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna let you guys figure it out. What do you think the nightmare is a reference to? I think I know. I'm gonna buy the let me try this out. It's not a JoJo reference. No, not a JoJo. It's a Capcom reference.
I have to
summon
keep
it.
going.
And it's like L1 and circle.
Finish you.
Did I control it from here? Do I attack? Will it just do everything on its own? I can just press circle.
Scatter.
So I can still attack with the other things, and the circle button to attack with them.
No use.
Okay. Does anyone know? I'll give you a hint. I'm not going to say. I'll say at the end. It is a reference to another Capcom franchise. That's all I'll say. All right, so I'm gonna buy. I think I need quick play, so I'm gonna buy that, and I'm gonna buy Trigger Heart. That'll make him stay longer. The rest of the Green Gainer, more likely to receive orbs from it. Big Gainer, get more orbs. Gets provocation. There's like cane moves, Royal Fork. Press rotate once. Rain down, demonic cane. Griffin, blockade, power up blockade to summon 3 pillars of lightning at once. Oh, nice. Saltpeter Taffy says, I'm not big on Capcom. The only thing I can think of is the mech you can hop into in Mega Man X. Not what I was thinking, but you're close. You're close. Plank attack. Press R1 and L forward and double check. So basically, you give moves to your summons, so your pets. Shadow combo B. Triangle, pause, then triangle, triangle. Shadow combos. Okay, I'm gonna save the rest of these. I'll just leave it at this for now. I think it should be enough to get through this. Quick play is like speed run. Speed from Nero, yeah. I think those are necessary ability. Like just like basic stuff. Reversal, better dodging. Alright. Let me just check my messages really quick. Oh, Allison's. That's it. Alright. Make sure Lindsay's some. Okay. So.
If you're done, get moving. I'm gonna have a smoke and then head out.
Going the right way here. Probably gonna be a boss. Hit hard.
Neat hog. I never liked this guy.
You catched. I know you.
Dumb as a box of rocks. Let's not even mess with this guy, V. He can't even leave the Clyphod anyway. Just a Clyphod parasite.
Did you insult me?
Uh-oh.
You insult me.
I think he hurt me. He's angry!
Not in this lifetime. As the air to a bird, or the sea to a fish, so is contempt to the contemptible.
Alright, boss fights.
If the fool would persist in his folly, he would become wise. Slicing.
what you're doing. You gotta work fast and always go back. There's another way.
Eradicate them all.
Sometimes the bird just like it does this like AoE thing. And nobody's there. Gotta admit. Oh, and then when I'm like taking another, like when I'm finishing a guy off, I'm like,
Right.
sir. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Right. Yeah.
Almost time to
Gouge him. Scorch them. Yeah. Eradicate them all.
Doesn't stop.
Scorch them. At your pleasure.
Oh shit. I had a feeling. I'll use a gold orb. You can find a list of all commands here, streamelements.com. What? Did I put those there?
Still on my side. Right. Enjoy the taste of despair.
Get that other guy. Get that other guy. He's getting banged. You sure this is like the hood?
The cutworm forgives the plow. What do you say?
Did I bid it? Okay.
Okay, alright, that's not good at all. That's not good. Well, hey, wait, where are you going? Are you running away? That's not a good sign.
I'm afraid then that's a little bit more than I can take on right now.
No, all of a sudden, all that like arrogance is like out the window. Well, actually, I'm a pussy. The Ergo, if you're looking for the commands, they're in the description. Just go to the description. I may have to stop at about 4, feed the dog, and to get ready for my show at 5. But I might come back and stream some more after that. Great Endor says, Brian, you should watch the movie Don John, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, as some sort of case study. I think it says something about modern relationships, not purposeful. It even stars Brie Larson before her infamous transition. It's our great boss bitch, like.
Ha! Oh, we're alive! We made it! It's our lucky day, V. Let's go find a game of cards.
These Glyphod roots, they're everywhere.
Well, we are underground.
Then I guess we have some clearing up to do.
And me without my gardening shears.
Ergo, who's your favorite character to play as in here? I guess you can play as V, Dante, Nero, and Virgil. I don't know. I don't know special or extra broken character. That's what I know. Do some. Hedgehog. You know what? I'll buy that cane move if I can do. I'll save up. Saltpeter Taffy says, I still watch old clips of Rollins from before he adopted the message. His quest to destroy Iggy Pop, nothing can go wrong. There you go. Thank you. Thanks for Rero's, Virgo Proxy. Yeah, lady. Proxy. See who's on, if any talking on. Yes, Norwegian Black Templar says, how are you liking DMC5 so far? I knew what they were doing when they designed V. Yeah, I like it. It's good. I mean, I've always liked Devil May Cry as a series, and I really like for whatever reason, this graphics engine, all I think about is Resident Evil 2 Remake. I just want to play Resident Evil 2 Remake whenever I see this graphics. I might play through RE2 again because I haven't in a while. And I think I want to get the Resident Evil 4 remake. I did play through Resident Evil 4, like the OG version, not long ago. Oh shit.
At your pleasure, pierce through. Slice. Let you go.
No, you don't. I played Bayonetta. Had a dodge really good.
Slice it. Gouge it. Turn it to the rest in peace.
Apocalyptic. I prefer Dante, Virgil in the DLC too. It works. Yeah, I think I haven't played Dante yet, obviously. Oh yeah, that's okay. I'm sliding. That's why I'm moving so floppy up.
Can't move forward without breaking through these. Slice them, pin them to the wall.
I don't like when he only has a few things that he says, and it's like, it's kind of weird. Pin him to the wall. Generally speaking, I really dig Nine Inch Nails, but I find stuff like My Chemical Romance off-putting. It's all a matter of taste.
He's someone a hit from up there! Wants to say like me!
Make our way. Okay. Go back down now.
I'm coming!
Rise.
Panther. Here. Whoop. Off Peter Bannon. There. Let me see what. There's a secret gun you need to get as Dante. What is it that you think they were trying to do, Norwegian Black Templar, or on Rumble? Just because you guys are saying, I'm still looking for like the best tool to like consolidate all the chat. It might have to be the thing that I'm using for VR. Stream Ninja, Social Stream Ninja seems pretty good. Bring him.
Gouge him.
Hurt him, hurt him. Bring on the pain. Okay, what else? Okay, what else? Somersault kick. You guys still don't know what that nightmare thing I can summon is a reference to? You don't get the reference?
Is awfully big.
Wait, let me go this way. What's up, yo?
At your pleasure. Gouge him. Slice him. Pin him to the wall. Pardon me.
Here. Oh, that's awesome. And Rumble chat.
To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour.
But you don't get anything if you're just reading it like out of context. Apparently.
Go. Yeah.
Break a leg. Got a trophy. I didn't mean to fall. Extra big bug. Like the Impusa Queen. Okay. Lost. This is like what exactly the Klaus Schwab came up with this. I have to eat it, but then I have to like I have to defeat it, but then I gotta eat it. Alright, fuck this.
So
Oh shit!
the end is now.
Bite out of me without my permission. Thought we were supposed to eat the bugs. The bugs weren't supposed to eat us. Wait, take this?
I need you. Die.
Purple orb fragment. Gather 4 to increase the double trigger. Okay. Double trigger.
There must be an escape route.
I'm gonna go down.
Language.
Hey, Albert. That way. That way.
Hey, what's in that hole? Did we take a look?
Have I been this way already? Yeah, I have.
I'm coming!
Oh, he doesn't hold me for what the fuck? Where am I supposed to... One of my favorite moments in one of my favorite Avengers movies. Language. Yeah. What? Oh, I go from that the whole. I think I'm missing something. Probably really obvious. Oh, it's right here. Two. Yeah. Ready.
This way, I guess. Gouge him. Pin him to the wall. At your pleasure. May not my flesh fail me. At your pleasure. Gouge him.
I told him though.
Rest in peace. Scorch head.
Another one of these bitches.
The angel that presided on my birth said little creature would find it joy or love without the help of anything on earth.
Get him! Get him! That bitch! Nice. Take all that shit. Appetizing.
At your pleasure. Pin him to the wall. Reap what you sow. Reap what you sow. Pin him to the wall. To see a world in wet sand, and heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour. Reap So. Gout.
So yeah, you can be pretty. Yeah, I'll take it.
Slice him. Gouge him. Pierce through.
That's gonna drop all kinds of shit. Okay, that. I mean, I don't need more Devil Trigger, but. Woo! Yahoo! He is the easiest character to get high rankings. Yeah, it seems that way. He is very like I don't want to say like low skill, but yeah, it's not like you need to like, I don't know, I guess you just make the build right, and then there's a little bit of like active, you know, stuff you have to do, but need that shit. They are definitely doing it differently. I get up there? They just straight up, they don't even like bother, like they just give you. Nope, can't go that way, sorry. Albernata says, the moment when Captain America says, if they hurt you, hurt them back. If they kill you, walk it off. Sounds like something John Wayne. Yeah, there was, well, that was the movie was that? Was that, Avengers 1? I think there was, like, a lot of, that was Avengers. It might have been Winter Soldier, or even the original Captain America, but yeah, back then, they understood, they got Captain America as a character. They had a decent understanding of him, but that's gone. So you guys heard about this X-Men 97 thing where it looks like they're bringing back the old X-Men animated series? Yeah, don't buy it. Don't buy it. It's a trap. That's all I'm saying. It's not just because of the morph story everyone's talking about. I mean, that is a little bit baity. Like, I wouldn't... Katie says nope. Minotaurus, get it? It's a... Or... Minotaurus. It's like a Ford Taurus, but it's a Minotaur. Get it? Devil May Cry. And it says on the license plate, Devil's NN. That is a reference. Very detailed, though. I heart. Hey, does anyone know Japanese? During says, they did my girl Rogue wrong. Yes, they did Rogue dirty, bro. But I knew they were going to. So first of all, let me just tell you this. This is the reason why you should be concerned. Or not concerned, but why you should just like ignore this. Because it's the only thing you can do is ignore it. First of all, they're telling you they're going to do new episodes. So they're using nostalgia. This is all Disney knows how to do. They're going to use nostalgia to draw you in. Oh, man, I remember that cartoon from when I was a kid. And they're going to give us all new episodes, right? Because I think I don't remember how the original series ended. It might have been with the death of Professor X. That's what they're claiming. But honestly, like the X-Men cartoon, it was based on the 90s comics, but I was reading the comics like in the 80s and 70s. And I liked the 90s comics, but I always thought the peak of X-Men in the storytelling and stuff was the 80s, actually. You know, like Fall of the Mutants, and when they had X Factor, and they, you know, Rogue was wearing the black and green, because Rogue and Colossus, those were like my favorite characters. I loved, my favorite X-Men were Rogue, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Cyclops. Those were like the best characters, my favorites. It looks like it says I heart Osaka. Oh, is that what it says? That's what I was wondering about. Proud to be something. See if there's any details. Logo looks like a ram's head, like a Dodge Ram. Is that what that is? You see it? Have him look at it. There. Was Age of Ultron. Oh, okay. So there you go. I doubt Chris Potter is coming back to do Gambit. Well, Wolverine doesn't sound like the same guy either. But why do you think Chris Potter is not going to come back to do Gambit? Why do you think? To go inside and buy some stuff.
Hi.
Because I mean, like, I watched the little trailer, and Wolverine is definitely somebody else. Like, it doesn't sound like him. I don't know if they brought back everybody, but okay, so let me just finish what I was gonna say. So they're gonna tell you it's all like new episodes. They've already done that, and they're giving it a coat of paint or a skin suit that looks like the original series. And there's already, like I saw in my YouTube feed, just like my main page, there was already videos saying, you know, talking about the new X-Men, X-Men 97 that Disney's putting out. And they're already saying, you know, I think there was one, it was called X-Men Was Always Woke, You're Just a Bigot. And I didn't watch it. I thought about maybe responding to it, but I don't really, like, I don't know if I can cope with, like, how much rage fuel that probably is going to be. But, like, the truth is it wasn't. I mean, like, it wasn't. It wasn't, like, a critical consciousness-oriented show. It had some, like, you know, liberal stuff in it, but that's not the same thing. You know, when these people are trying to claim that historically comics have always been woke, or historically video games have always been woke, or historically Hollywood was always woke, or whatever, they're just not right. It's just incorrect. X-Men was not, I'm sorry, but it was not about the race struggle. It was not about civil rights. It was not about gay rights. It was not about women's rights. It was not about any of those things. Now, if back then, if people would ask Stan Lee in interviews, like, is X-Men about, like, race rights? Is like Professor X, like, you know, Martin Luther King, and Magneto is like Malcolm X? And of course Stan Lee wanted to sell books, so he would, like, go along with whatever people wanted to if he thought it was going to sell more books. But the truth is, for most of up to the 90s, up until the movies came out, really, up until, like, the Bryan Singer movies came out, Magneto was just a villain. Like, I mean, he had, like, this idea about, you know, like, mutants being superior to humans. So, I mean, like, he isn't even really a good comparison to Malcolm X, like, at all, you know? And not just because Malcolm X changed his ways later in life, but even to begin with, like, Magneto is more like one of these, like, you know, we was Kang's Hotep types that believe in, like, the black scientist that created white people or whatever. Like, Magneto was a megalomaniac supervillain, period. Like, he was evil. And they tried to write him as a bit more, like, morally subjective or morally relativist later, because there was this big thing, you know, in all of our media that was like, we don't like two-dimensional villains, you know. Of course they say that, but that's not true. They're okay with, like, two-dimensional villains as long as they're, like, not Nazis or white people or whatever, Republicans, you know, Christians. Like, there are certain people that they're okay with this black and white thinking on. But Magneto was just a villain, and this whole thing about like the gay thing, that was Bryan Singer, because Bryan Singer is gay, and so he was like, oh yeah, the X-Men's about me. And so like this is about me narcissism thing that we're seeing now in our culture. This is old. This is going back quite a ways, but it was not what it always was. So this X-Men thing, they're gonna use like, you know, the old movies and like the old X-Men movies that Bryan Singer made, which already were kind of wrong to begin with, and people knew. Like if you read the comics, when he would be like doing, you know, interviews like, well, I always thought that being a mutant was like being gay, you know, and it's we all knew that was not really correct, but we at the time we were like, I don't care, just put the movie out, right? Like whatever you want to feel about it, you know. But then they actually started to like go along with it. If you remember in X-Men 2, X2, it was called X2, there was a scene where Iceman goes home to see his parents because they're like, you know, hiding out because like the government's hunting the mutants, and they're in Iceman's house, and his parents are there, and they're doing all of the sort of tropey, you know, like, have you ever tried not being a mutant? Like they try that whole thing. That's like this kind of like, you know, I don't know, conservative like propaganda that they're just they're just changing the usage to apply it to mutants. And I thought that was cringe, and I was like, okay, well, whatever, you know, I see what you're doing there. But it didn't, like, you know, whatever. It was like, I got over it. It's a movie. The movies are a little different, like, whatever. And then, like, they did it in the comics. They made Iceman gay, and they had, like, Jean Grey out him. And it was, like, this big thing. And I saw it, and I was like, wait a minute. So Iceman didn't want the world to know he was gay. But Iceman was a fucking mutant. Like, being a mutant was supposed to be way more controversial. Like, far and away more controversial than being gay. But they changed that. They actually made being a mutant less controversial because Iceman was fine. Like, he was confident in his mutant, you know, with his mutant self, I guess. But then when it was like, oh, you're gay, he was like, oh no, this is the worst thing. It's like, what? That doesn't make sense. But it of course it does to them. Of course it does, because this is all like how they indulge in their narcissism, right? And so they're gonna bring queerness, they're gonna bring race politics, they're gonna bring whatever, their whole narcissistic, self-important, I am God, everything matters to me worldview into this show. I promise you. And people are gonna act shocked. They'll be like, oh my God, what have they done? Oh, they changed the X-Men. And I'll be like, yeah, of course they did. Like, how did you not know? How did you, like, how, do people just lack the ability to recognize patterns? Like, how, when Disney does something like, and they don't fuck it up with their identity politics, woke bullshit, whenever they don't do that, then be shocked. But until then, you should just expect it. Like, honestly, you should expect it from Hollywood in general. You should expect it on the internet in general. You should expect it in all of our media, all of our culture, our video games, our comic books, our movies, our music, our film, our TV shows, streaming services, all of it. Like, if it doesn't, I'm telling you, the only requirement for a show, film, game, or other piece of media to be considered far right and conservative is for it to simply have like a white dude in it. Like, it doesn't actually have to have anything political. It just has to feature a white dude as a main character, and people are like, that's conservative. Like, that's literally what they said about Top Gun Maverick. That's what they said about Mission Impossible, what's that, Dead Reckoning Part 1? Because it just so happens, and even Sound of Freedom, well, yeah, sure, it was released by a Christian studio, and Jim Caviezel is like a Catholic or something, but if you watch the movie, it's not a movie about religion. Like, it's a movie about child trafficking. But because the main character is white, because it's, you know, just like a straight up show or movie, like I think Reacher, they're calling Reacher like right wing, you know, it doesn't actually have to have anything political in it. That's why when people say on both sides, it drives me up the fucking wall, because it's like, this isn't, you know, these aren't like preachy Christian movies about God and going to Jesus. These are just regular movies. And you're saying, yeah, the right does it too. It's like, that's not the right, asshole. You're not paying attention. That's just normal shit. Like, do you think that being normal is right wing? I mean, one could make the argument that it is now, but honestly, like the fact that people are even, it's been so normalized that people can't see it. They can't see it when it's like, when it is like a regular film, they're just like, oh, that must be a right-wing thing. Like people were saying that about Sound of Freedom. Oh yeah, I heard about this Republican movie. I was like, you mean the one about child trafficking? How is that a Republican movie? Like, what, have you seen the movie? Are you supposed to avoid the movie about? Are there people telling you don't watch the movie about child sex trafficking in the United States? Because if you're telling you not to watch it, you probably should avoid hanging out with those people. I mean, what are they protecting you from? The truth, maybe? I don't know. It's wild. So the last thing I'll say about this X-Men thing is, and then I gotta go. I'm gonna stop it here since we're in between chapters. If they're creating new episodes. They're gonna rewrite the X-Men. They're gonna rewrite the history too. They're probably gonna go back. They're gonna figure out ways to retcon shit. And if they make the original show available, which people are saying, oh yeah, they're gonna put out all the old episodes. They're gonna add new episodes. I'm telling you now, if they put out the old episodes, they're gonna change the episodes. Like we've already seen them do this. They've done this with movies like Splash. If you remember the movie Splash with Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah, and there's a scene where she's like she plays a mermaid and she's like running to a beach and you see her bare ass. They changed it. They covered her ass with like CGI hair because they desexualize women, because that makes, obviously it's bad for women to sexualize them, to sexualize themselves. And so they're gonna change the X-Men. There were some episodes of the X-Men from 1997. I remember specifically about Nightcrawler, and it was a Nightcrawler story arc. And Nightcrawler he's a Catholic character. He was a devout, super religious Catholic. Okay. Now in the X-Men movie, they didn't say anything about that because he was played by Alan Cummings, who's like a very far left gay guy. So they doubled down on the gay shit instead, and they left out the fact that Nightcrawler was a Catholic. And in the and that was one of the things that made him an appealing character, because you had, like, in the X-Men, they were obviously they were from different places. Like Storm was from Africa, and Colossus was from Russia, and so on. But they are also different in terms of their belief systems, right? So like, Colossus was an atheist, if I remember correctly, and Shadowcat was Jewish. And Nightcrawler was Catholic, and Aurora, the Storm, she was worshipped as a goddess in Kenya, I think. So you had all these really interesting dynamics going on that was just really cool shit. And that's all that fun stuff that you could explore in storytelling, that's all out the window now. No one's gonna be religious. If Shadowcat is Jewish in the show, it's gonna be like from a let's say only an ethnic perspective, not a spiritual perspective. You're not gonna see the episode on Catholicism, because in that one, what specifically happened in it was Wolverine was extremely like angry about religion. Like, he didn't think there was a God. He was bitter about it and so on. And also I think Rogue was questioning, like, if you watch the episode, I think at the end, Rogue starts questioning the existence of God. And Wolverine, or like in terms of like leaning towards the existence, and they openly talked about this. 1997. It wasn't like, and it was like a Saturday morning cartoon, and they're talking about religion on it, and it was actually like really well done considering the audience. So they're not gonna do that. Like, that's all gone. Like, I'm telling you right now. And as far as the queerness goes, they're gonna make Wolverine gay. They're gonna make Cyclops gay. They're gonna make Iceman gay. They're just gonna queer the whole thing up. I promise you. I think they already did in the comics. They made Iceman gay. They made Wolverine bi. They made Colossus bi or gay or something. Even though Colossus was in love with Shadowcat in the comics when I was reading them. They'll probably make Psylocke a lesbian or something. I don't know. Or Rogue. She'll be like hetero-flexible, because when she drains people's powers, for a while in the comics, sometimes she would kiss them to take their powers, but it wasn't always. It just had to be skin to skin contact. So if it made sense, or they thought it was funny because Rogue was always being kind of cheeky or whatever. She would kiss them and take their powers, but sometimes she would just take her gloves off and touch them with her hands or whatever. But anyway, that's what I think. So let me see what you guys have to say, and then I'm gonna wrap it up there. So anyway, let's see. Zarang says, I don't know. I just think he might see the insincerity of the show. I remember the X-Men animated series made me want to draw that art style. If I found an art teacher, that's what I would have copied. Yes. Let me switch to cat mode. I and my friends thought it was MLK versus Malcolm X at the time. I think Magneto being Jewish was an addition. Yes, well, again, it's just, no, that was absolutely an addition. Because his name was not Eric Lensher, which is what they changed it to. They changed it in the movies, and then they changed it in the comics. But in the comics, his name was Magnus Maximoff, because it's the comics. I know you may not like the name, but that's what it was. And it was okay. Like, nobody whined about it. Nobody said, oh, this isn't realistic enough. We knew we were reading comics about people in costumes fighting each other with superpowers. So his name was Magnus Maximoff, and I always liked that name. I always thought it was, you know, just a good comic booky name. And Stan Lee's always said, like, I've always named my characters in such a way that you don't forget their names. That's why they always have almost always the first name and last name start with the same letter. So, you know, Peter Parker, right? Reed Richards, Magnus Maximoff. So, yeah, I mean, not always, but in many cases. Otto Octavius, you know. I mean, late edition. Yeah, it was from the movie. Zaranx, welcome. Ergo Proxy, site of great writing, and applies to more than one specific thing at one specific time. Yeah. And it was the X-Men being mutants was always the primary thing they were dealing with, almost always, and the other stuff was ancillary. But the problem with that is, this is why the left doesn't like this. They're going to change this. I promise you that. The problem with that is that it unifies people of different backgrounds along the lines of their mutant powers or their mutant identity, and even then, there are evil mutants that use their powers for evil. So when humans are afraid of mutants or complain about mutants, they've always written it so that there is a case to be made for that to be a concern, because the mutants are more powerful, like they are dangerous. They could be, right? So, but that was what made it so interesting. But they're that nuance has all lost. Like it's lost. Okay. I don't know what the original X-Men plot was, but some of those powers really are game changers. Like Mystic could easily frame a lot of people. Yes, Mystique, you mean? Yes. Albernata says Zaranx is right about Potter, but Wolverine is voiced by the same guy. He sounds different. They tried not being a mutant was an ad lib offered by Ian McKellen / Magneto, who is gay. Yes, he is very gay. Katie says, good point. The absence of anti-white, anti-men messaging makes it right-wing. Yes, which is strange. Chris James, what's up? He says, what's up, B? How is DMC so far? It's pretty good. Unfortunately, I can't give any more time to it today, so I'm wrapping up the show. I'm just sort of talking to the chat right now. But yeah, it's you know, I played through the original Bayonetta just again. I haven't played Bayonetta since like 2010, and I played through it again. It still holds up very good, and compared to this, Bayonetta is super fast paced still. But I imagine that once I've done some upgrades and I get further along the story, the gameplay will be, I'm not complaining, I'm just saying it is a different pace, you know? But with the witch time and everything, Bayonetta is crazy. Anyway. Let me see. KD says, just Lucas cut everything now. Just Lucas cut everything now? I don't know what. Oh, you mean like George Lucas? Yeah, for sure. That's what they're gonna do. Look, I'm gonna make a prediction. If they release the old episodes, they're gonna change them. They're gonna change them in small ways to promote their woke shit. They're gonna do it under the assumption that you're not gonna notice, and people will defend it. They're gonna have their shills, gonna be out there with their videos, like that one I was telling you about that says X-Men was always woke. You're just a bigot. Like they're just gonna bombard people with that. And what I'm saying is, I'm done watching Marvel shit. Like I'm way past that. Like the last thing that I watched was like Spider-Man Far From Home, whatever the last Spider-Man one, because it had like it wasn't a bad movie, but it was more like a Sony film than an MCU. But like all of the, you know, the last few years of Marvel things, not watching it. Now what if I can go on a whole tirade about that, because there's a lot wrong with that show too. This is exactly what they do. What If was based on a series of comics that were really good because they explored something, but they never went anywhere. And what they're doing with this What If is they're building an alternate timeline that's full of woke shit so they can make that the main timeline. Promise you that. They're gonna do that. Yeah, they're gonna try to rewrite history and then rewrite the not just the characters, but they're gonna rewrite the whole premise around their beliefs. Zerang says the old episodes were available on Disney Plus. I got them. Okay, does that include the religion one? Great Endure says Zerang's put them on a local hard drive. Absolutely, yeah. Always try to have like physical media if you can, because the digital shit is unsustainable. Zerang says I thought Magneto was Eric Magnus, but Maximoff makes sense because of Wanda. Yeah, it's Magnus Maximoff, because he was Wanda Maximoff's and Pietro Maximoff's father, and that's another thing that they, for whatever reason, never addressed. Virgo says Bayo is about dodging for witch time. DMC is staggering enemies with hits to the face. Saltpeter Taffy says last Marvel movie I watched was Deadpool 1. Oh, I watched the first two Deadpool. They were all right. And before that was the first Avengers. Marvel vs. My money, easy choice. Yes, exactly. And Chris James says might get DMC 5 on next sale. Burned out on Monster Hunter. Have you been playing Monster Hunter? I don't have it. So yeah, DMC 5 is single player. So if you're okay with the single player experience, there you go. I guess it does have something like a multiplayer or co-op, but it's not like a real co-op. It's kind of incidental. Like if you might end up in somebody else's instance and you're fighting in the background. I don't even know. I just heard it got some incident. I don't know how else to call it. All right. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully it saved everything. Thanks guys for coming on the show and hanging out. I have a show at 5 over on the Badger live streams channel, so I got to get ready for that. And hopefully I'll see you guys there. So if you like this video, please hit like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, hit the bell for notification, leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think about what I talked about and what we did on the show today. And please, please, please share this video. Thanks so much for hanging out on the... Shut up, Jojo. Thanks for coming on the show, guys. No. And we'll talk to you all in the next one. I'll see you guys in about 40 minutes.
Are machines, dude. Okay, they are literal machines. They are talking point machines. They are impossible to fucking deal with, especially if you have like a couple dudes who have good memory on top of that too. Holy shit, you're fucked.